Hi, it's Maija here with my July book haul, and if you follow me on Twitter you might remember that at the end of June I tweeted that I want to buy all the books. Well, I'm here to report to you that I did buy all the books. So at the time that I made that tweet I had already ordered a couple of books online, and the first of those is The Fall of the Kings by Kushner and Delia Sherman, and this is the Swords Point or Riverside novel that I haven't read yet. So I have read Swords Point and The Privilege of the Sword, and I had borrowed this a couple of times from the library, but then I hadn't read it, so I decided that I will buy my own copy so that I will finally read it. And this is of course a sword-fighting, swashbuckling fantasy of manners book set in a secondary world. The other book that I had ordered was The Winged Histories by Sofia Samatar, which I had tried to read from the library, but my library only had this weird PDF ebook that only would open on Adobe Digital Editions, and it wouldn't open, and that program isn't good. So it didn't work on the regular Overdrive reading system. So I decided finally, after a couple of times of trying to get the ebook to work, I decided to go and buy my own copy. So this is set in the same world as Sofia Samatar's A Stranger in Olondria, which I really enjoyed, and I think it has a couple of different female protagonists, this one. A Stranger in Olondria had one single male protagonist. Then I went to a used bookstore and I found this as good as new copy of The Sorcerer of the Wildeeps by Ashante Wilson. I have read this one already. It's a novella and I really liked it. And the cover is absolutely gorgeous and it was beautiful and it was cheap, and I haven't seen these Cho.com novellas in physical format before. I have always read them as ebooks, so I'm very glad to own one. Then this bookstore chain in Finland had a sale where if you bought three paperbacks you got a fourth one for free, and I went and did just that. Fortunately, I have already read two of the ones that I bought, so I bought my own copies of the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin, which I read from the library, and The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin, which I read as an ebook. I own it as an ebook. And I had only owned the last one, The Stone Sky, in physical format before, but now I have all of them. Then for the other two books I picked up two in a new series for me. I picked up Two Like the Lightning, which is the first book in the Terra Ignota series by Ada Palmer, who just won the John W. Campbell Award. I've been interested in this sort of philosophical science fiction thing inspired by the Enlightenment era. These covers aren't my favorite. I like the paperback with the same picture being big on the cover without these borders and without so much text on top of it. But I decided that I wouldn't just wait and order them online. I would just buy them now. And the second one that I got from that series, Seven Surrenders. So this is of course the second book, and I am looking forward to reading these. And then, as if that all wasn't enough, I noticed that Book Depository had After the Crown on sale. This by K.B. Wagers, the second book in the Indran War series. It's a science fiction series, and I got the first book early this year from Thomas. It was part of a Secret Sand, the Booktube SFF thing. I haven't read it yet, but this was on sale for €5, so I ordered it. And then I went to this Finnish science fiction and fantasy convention called FinCon, and there's always a science fiction and fantasy flea market there where people can leave their books, and I got Charles Delint's The Onion Girl from there. This is one of his Newford novels. The main character in this one is Chili Coppercorn, which has been on the background of a couple of Newford books I've read from Delint, but I don't know much about her. So this was there for €2 and I picked it up because I don't often see Delint's books here in Finland. The other book that I picked up from FinCon, this wasn't from the flea market, this was a full price from a bookseller, and this is The Privilege of the Sword by Ellen Kushner, which was the one Riverside book that I was missing from my collection. So now I have the full set of the old Riverside novels. I have Swords Point, Privilege of the Sword, and The Fall of the Kings. And they look pretty nice, even though I like the old covers as well. So those were all the physical books that I bought during the past month. Then I also picked up a couple of digital things. I picked up audiobooks for Blameless by Gail, Carriger, and Heartless in the same series, the Parasol Protectorate series, which I'm rereading. So I picked up those two because I had a new free trial for Audible with 2 credits, because I haven't been on Audible for that long, so I picked up those 2 books with the 2 free credits. And finally, I picked up a couple of digital comics from Comixology. I picked up Tokyo Tarareba Girls Volume 4 and Volume 5 by Akiko Higashimura. I have only read the first volume, but I really enjoy her Princess Jellyfish series, and I have picked up further volumes in this series whenever they have been on sale on Comixology. They are published by Kodansha, and Comixology quite often has sales of Kodansha manga, so I have been lucky to find them for quite cheap. So these are all the books. I bought all the books. I did want to buy a couple of other books, but then I decided that I could get them from the library, so these are all. And I don't know where I will put them because my shelf doesn't have any more space. Let me know if you have read any of these, what you thought about them, and I will see you in my next video, which will not be a haul video.